It's a hit list, and on with us tonight is Canterbury's very own Mimi Webb.
Hey, how we doing?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, really good.
I feel like we use that tag every time we speak about you, Mimi, Canterbury's very own. But we are Kent's radio station, and may I just say, we are very proud. Very proud.
Oh, thank you so much. You know what? I feel like everyone that's from Kent, we're all a big family.
We are. We definitely are. Whereabouts are you joining us from today?
So I'm in London. I live in London now. So yeah, but I do miss Kent. My family is still there.
Is all your family in Kent, or is it just like mum, dad, or is everyone down this way?
Yeah, all my family are in Kent. So yeah, it's just me really that moved to London a few years ago now.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, to be fair, as soon as you start getting going in this industry, you need to be in the city. You've got to be in the big smoke. You have to be there because everything's happening there, right? And let's face it,
100%.
The commute's not great.
Everyone comes to London and then all of a sudden they then go back to the countryside at some point.
Is it that thing where it's a really hot day and you're like, do you know what? I just need to go and get some Kent Beach action. I will now get on the train and go down and I'll pop in home on the way.
Oh my God, yes, 100%. Especially Whitstable, like I love fish and chips on the beach. That's my favourite thing to do in the summer. So yeah, I do miss it.
I was going to ask, do you get back down then to Canterbury? I saw on your Instagram the other day you were celebrating. Was it your dad's birthday? Like, do you come down for special occasions? Will you be spending Christmas here? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be home for Christmas 100%. Yeah, we had the nicest weekend. It's just, I think it's really nice to be able to get out of London, get out of, all the music and everything going on, get a kind of breather with the fresh air.
As I say, the air is different. We went to a stag do the other weekend in London, and then when I got back, I was like, and breathe. And breathe.
Honestly, it's a detox.
It really is. People should just come here more often. Honestly, the air is different. I've been thinking about this because you mentioned about getting home. We need to do a homecoming gig, Mimi. I was wondering, and I was looking at this. When was the last time you performed in Canterbury? Have you ever performed in Canterbury?
I actually have never done that.
What?
I think we've definitely spoken about it as a team about doing it at some point. I just get nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been there for so long. I'm like, I hope people will turn up.
Is it one of those things where it's easier to go like with Jonas Brothers to like Paris and Europe and Ireland and all these different places, but then when you go home, it will be close friends, all the family, and they will all be front and centre stage. Is that more nerve-wracking of an idea for you?
Yeah, I feel like as well, like everyone knows each other in Canterbury, so you end up like people that come to watch is just everyone that you know. It's like one of those kind of, all the kind of families know each other from around there.
I feel like we should go full circle a little bit because I forgot to mention at the start, obviously Mimi Webb, the reason why we say Canterbury's very own, Mimi Webb, born and raised in Canterbury. You went to the Kent school, Kent College, was that right?
Yes, yeah, that's correct, yeah.
And today, someone in News, I said, I'm interviewing Mimi Webb, and they turned around to Nicola Everett from News and said, my sister taught Mimi. So I want to ask you this. Be honest, do you remember a Mrs. Waite?
Mrs. Waite?
Oh.
I have a friend that has a surname called Waite that I went to school with, but Mrs. Waite, I don't think I got taught by Mrs. Waite.
Oh, that's a shame because on line 2, we've got a full school. No, we haven't. We've not gone there. I was going to get you a school report, but I thought I'm not going to put your foot in it, Mimi.
I can imagine. You'll just see, you'll be like, retake test.
Do you know what's great? In my school report, no word of a lie, on the final day of school, do you know they get you to do that person who's most likely to be president, person that's most likely to do it, that's going to achieve it. I was the person who's least going to achieve things. And hi!
Oh
I'm talking to Mimi Webb.
Look at me now.
But I was like, do we get something like that for Mimi that's not put on the spot? But you have fond memories of being down here in school, right? So, I mean, ultimately, coming home to do a gig would be massively special.
Oh, 100%. Like, I definitely think that's something we have spoken about, and I would love to do that. I think, getting all my friends have moved up to London now too, so kind of all of us going down together would just be so good.
I can pitch this for you. Are you ready, Mimi? So your guys will be listening, okay? I've been thinking, so because we've not got the bigger venues, let's say, we have got the most beautiful venue in the world, and that's the Marlow Theatre, right? It's beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous.
But it's more of a sit-down, stand-up type venue, right? So I think we should do a night with Mimi Webb type things, like they do on like ITV, but we should do it here in Kent. I can come down, we can have like a chat on a sofa or something, we can talk about stories of Canterbury, we can get local people involved. You can then perform some beautiful songs, and it will be the most inspiring and personal night for you. and your
I think
fans.
I love that idea. I think that's such a good idea. I'm actually going to make once I'm off this, I'll be contacting the team. I'll be like, okay, we got to do a sit down Canterbury night with Mimi.
We could do it. Would be perfect. And then afterwards, we can hit Pound Lane and Cherry Tree. It'd be brilliant.
Oh my gosh, that is my perfect weekend. That really is.
What is the hotspot, Mimi? Come on, which place? Where is it on a night out?
There's a place called the Dolphin, the pub.
Yes.
The Dolphin. Me and my friends used to go there a lot. We would always go to Cuban. What else? Where else? I love the Social Light. I think it's like a new bar and it overlooks the cathedral. It's gorgeous.
The rooftop bar, yeah, it is nice there.
Yeah, the rooftop bar is so nice, so pretty. But yeah, I really like a few of the new spots they've kind of opened up. I know that they're opening an Ivy as well soon, apparently.
So literally, I went there to do the opening 2 weeks ago. It is beautiful in there.
Oh, wow.
It was really nice.
I need to go check it out.
There we go then. We've got it sorted. We've planned a night out and a gig. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's talk more about you and less about Canterbury for a minute, shall we?
Yeah.
The UK and European tour with Jonas Brothers. I mean, it looked like you had the best time. How bad are those blues right now?
Oh my gosh, honestly, it was just the most incredible tour to be on. The boys were just amazing. They were so lovely with us, and I think just as a band, we all just felt like the show itself just really came together so nicely, and all the kind of hard work we put into it really paid off. And though I did a lot more movement than I've like normally done in shows, and it just felt so strong, and it just felt like a level up of a show, and I'm excited to bring it into my own headline for next year.
This is the Hit List. KMFM. The biggest artists.
This is the Hit List. KMFM.
When you announce these shows with the boys, you put that as like a pinch me moment. As a young Mimi Webb, these boys were like the biggest. They were idolised. They were, let's face it, very much sought after by teenage girls. They loved the Jonas Brothers. Yeah. Did you go into this tour having a fave? Was there a poster? Was there a Nick Jonas or a Joe Jonas poster on the bedroom wall?
I've always loved them. Like, I think I loved Nick's solo music he did. Like, Jealous is such a banger. But you know what? They're all just so amazing that we got to hang out with them a few times, and they would take us all out for drinks, and they were just so lovely with us and the band, and so personable. And yeah, it was just like they were all my favourites in the end. Do you know what? Kevin is such a legend. I think I had like some really great conversations with him, and it was really nice to get advice from them, and then kind of just look up to them as artists that have been in the business for years and years. So it was just so inspiring to be on that tour with them for sure.
You performed with them as well. I mean, where does performing with the Jonas Brothers sit amongst like the many moments live on stage that you've had? That must be massive.
Oh, it honestly was crazy. I was so nervous, but then I kind of got into it, and the song that they picked was just so incredible, and they really wanted to like let me shine through with the song. So it was just so much fun to sing, and yeah, it was really emotional. And like, I think when I look back at the videos and everyone posting it, it was just so emotional, and it was just the perfect song for us all to do together. And
I saw the video. It was for your mum's birthday, wasn't it? She looked super proud, like super proud in that video.
Yeah, I think she like really felt like just like one of those things where like she couldn't believe she was there when it happened, because it was all really last minute as well. So she was just so happy that she was there at the time, and it was around her birthday. And I think singing, I've never actually been on stage and sang. Well, actually have a few times, like maybe once or twice, but to then be able to actually properly do it on a tour, an arena tour as well, let alone just a normal tour. It was just incredible. And I think it was one of those kind of pinch me moments. And I think she didn't really know how to kind of, digest it, because everything happened so fast, and it was like, oh my God, I'm all of a sudden on the stage with them.
I love it. You guys, honestly, you did such an amazing job, and everyone that I've heard that went to the shows in London said it was incredible, and you were incredible as well. So well done on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What about performing a new tune, One Eye Open? How did it go down? What's it like to perform?
Oh my gosh, I love it. It's one of my favourite songs to perform. I do this like hair flick in between each of the lines in the chorus.
Yes.
And it's just been so cool to see people like recreate it on TikTok, and, just kind of watch the performance and really have it stuck in their heads. So yeah, it was amazing. And I love that song so much. And I think, I was really excited to kind of get a song out it felt a bit like, the original kind of back in the old days of like The Good Without, The Before I Go, all the songs I used to release back then. And it's definitely got that kind of originality to it and that sound that I've always produced, So I think I'm just so happy it's out, and it's just something that everyone can like in their own pace.
We sort of hit on it earlier, like that Kent community love. Whenever a new Mimi Webb song comes out, all of our listeners go to the KMFM app and hit the thumbs up button on it. Like, I think One Eye Open is one of the most thumbs upped, and that's the only phrase that I've got, song of this year in our app. People loving it. Tell us a little bit more about the story behind it and how it all came together.
Yeah. So basically it was just all around kind of me kind of realizing that, sometimes you just have to keep an eye out and not kind of trust and be so trusting straight away. And it was kind of just like a real lesson. I wrote it actually about a friendships as well as like a relationship. It was kind of it's like an all-rounder song that I kind of felt like I really wanted to write something about what that felt like. So yeah, it's just all very much like I'll keep one eye open. I'm not gonna like let myself kind of get sucked in again like I have in the past, and just kind of like it's kind of like that, those rules. It's like the rule book of what you'll do for next time round. So yeah, I think being able to get that down on paper and then put it into a song and then seeing it go from the studio out into the world and people being able to relate to it in their own way was just so amazing. And I'm just so grateful that people liked it. So I was like so nervous, but yeah, I feel like this song's just really personal to me, and it's got a really big, like, dramatic kind of sound that I just love to do. So yeah, I was really happy to be able to get that one out.
Especially now you get a little bit of success. You got to watch those fake friends. You got to keep one eye open.
You got to be careful.
Got to be one night they're telling you've got to come and do a gig in Canterbury and come down to the Territory in Pound Lane, and then a new artist from Canterbury comes out and is all over them, Mimi. You've got to be careful of the fake friends.
Listen, the Cherry Tree, I'm there every day. I love it.
We won't talk about the iconic drink. It's not for this interview. What's the plan for the rest of 2024 and going into 2025? Are we going to get any new music before the end of the year? And also, we've got to ask a question because it's been just over a year since you released your first ever Christmas hit. Could we be getting another festive treat? Is that on the cards?
Oh, I feel like I've done my Christmas song. I'm really happy with it. And, that was me last year. But do you know what? I think the rest of this year is writing, finishing up more of the album and then coming back stronger than ever next year and dropping some new music. And honestly, I've had the last few weeks, I probably have had the most big, like this kind of crazy kind of switch in the music and like a direction kind of change in the best way possible. I've just really dug in and really experimented with the sounds, and I'm just in such a good place with it now. So I'm excited to start fresh next year and keep releasing.
Is it that adrenaline after a big tour like you've just been on that you're like, okay, I want to maybe just do something a little bit different. I want to upset the apple cart now and try something slightly new with how I do things. Is it that type of thing that tends to happen?
Yes, yeah, it does. It really does. Like, I think sometimes you can go in the studio and all of a sudden something switches. There's like a switch in it's like a light switch. It just goes off and you're like, oh wait, actually these songs sound really great together, and then the album kind of takes a different turn, and it's kind of part of the process, I guess. You've just got to be ready to be able to switch it up when you need to.
Lovely. Well, we can't wait. And the new album is going to be at some point next year. Is that the official word? Some point?
Yeah. I'm excited. I don't know exactly what the plan is yet, but it's definitely going to be next year, and I can't wait for the new album.
Lovely. Well, look, we mentioned about, Christmas in Canterbury. What about New Year? Are you New Year seeing the big displays in London, or are you a home girl during New Year? Are you going to be back down?
I did London last year. I think I'll be a home girl. Sometimes I go away, but I don't know if I can be bothered.
You've had a busy year.
I'm going to stay at home.
Don't blame you at all. Well, look, Mimi, thank you so much. It's always good to be able to speak to an artist that is from the local area that is smashing it.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We're genuinely so proud to keep it up, and we cannot wait for the album. Please, please, please let us know when it's coming, and we'll have to do something fun around it, eh?
Oh my God, 100%. Let's do it. I love this Marlow Theatre idea, so I'll see you there.
I've just pitched it. We're done. Mimi Webb, thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.